They'll be calling you a radical. I've been really hesitant to do this for decades. I don't show my artwork ever. These are my post-ignorance paintings. I think some of the most important ones, probably these most important ones. As we got breaking news down at Fukushima as the squids in Santa Cruz are all committing suicide, the young squids. And I love the marine biologist. She says, oh, I think it's because they got some poison algae. Yeah, no shit, plutonium. These are big stories. All these beautiful mammals showing up on the beach, dead. Now the very essence, we're getting towards the core creatures. I mean, the garfish, the squid, you know, the sea lions. Wow, they're first. I mean, we start to get to the core just like leukemia gets into the bone marrow. These are important paintings. This is the post-ignorance painting right here. This is it. I painted that in 95, 96. Of course, you've seen the nuclear vagina, the nuclear triangle, history of the West. Now remember, I painted these long before my dad even died, you know. Before I had leukemia. Academia, of course. Boy, did I call that. I think that was painted in 94. I traced myself in my big art studio with a girl that I was hanging with at the time. That's really her and I. It's the house my uncle, who lives right there, lived in. I love this painting. You guys can understand this, I hope. I love that painting. That's me as a boy growing up right here. Right here. It's my tribute to my mom, my grandma. I use the old retro clothespins too on the tractor. That's her house, that's my grandma's house, that's my great-grandma's house. I really adore this painting right here. I think this is the one that's indicative of me forecasting my life. I painted this in 93, I believe. Of course, you guys watch me paint that with tomato soup. What's on the back of it? Popism is dead. Painted with tomato soup. Oh, that's Warhol's excuse me, sorry. Picasso's tripod. What's on Picasso's tripod? What's this old film? What's this old film? Red Myth, the War. Oh, yeah. Huh. Gotta switch hands. You know how I go with this thing. Yeah, that's the first time I've missed it. Maybe that's a good sign. Now, that's my friend Whitey who's passed. Kevin, you really laid those in the snow? That's a young man without a father. When I was a contractor, I used to get all these young men come to me, and you could see they grew up without fathers, and you could see the damage. Can't believe you laid those in the snow. Well, it's a lot about understanding texture. I mean, in the physical way, not in a tube. You know, you have to understand. I always think of Polk, who lived right over that mountain. We grew up in this big, broad, open, wide landscape. This is the Delta. This is one, I mean, you want to talk about a romantic place. Talk about pain. Tornado ripped right through there. Our big, beautiful barn when I was 8 years old. Not very long before Bobby Kennedy, or after Bobby Kennedy was killed. That's the metal that I used. And I think it's significant that came off that barn. The tomato soup, this was the tomato capital of the world right here on the ancient lake floor. That's the old Art Deco school they're going to tear down. Leslie Hodson masterpiece that I grew up at. The old Mormon church. This Mormon experiment. Very first people in all this whole region. They call this the Big Bend in the River. We're right there, my great-great-grandparents. I think it's significant because on that side of the tracks is all Italian tomato farmers. Del Monte was headquartered here, right here. Co-ops all over, and the Mormons were communal, and so were the Italians, and they co-opted farmers and brought them here from Italy to raise tomatoes. That side of that's the Great Causeway that goes across the Great Salt Lake, probably one of the greatest feats of mankind, the wood causeway, which I have some stuff made of it. I had a vase made out of it by a beautiful artist. The old cement mixer of my grandfather, Abraham Hunsaker IV, who owned all those beautiful sand pits, the cleanest, purest white sand washes across here, comes out of these landscapes. I have scars all over my body for it. 10,000 plaster jobs. My whole life's rooted in nothing but art. Nothing but art. Fukushima changed my world, yeah. And then, of course, I got AML leukemia. My father nuked to death. These paintings are significant. This is the first time I've ever showed them. This is the one. This is the painting right there. That's the painting that started this off. This is the poster. Now, I have 3 great, big, huge, tall ones that are important. They're in the house, and I have this beautiful one of this naked girl on her back dropping a ball on a chair that I really, really love. That's a post-ignorance painting too, but it's hanging on the wall. It's actually framed. Now, why aren't they framed? Because I'm not framed. They've tried to frame me many, many times. They've tried to frame me many times. You can't frame me. Keep fucking trying, fuckers. People have tried. I've been through this my whole life. I'm unframed. You're not framing me. Yeah, I'm outdoor on a fucking clothesline because I'm like an organic mutated fucking sunflower. Literally, plutonium mutated. Flowing on the fucking desert floor. On the ancient lake floor. Stay on tuned.